The performance management area of your platform contains many powerful features that can be used to track, appraise, confirm, and report on skills that your users have. This video will cover all the features you will need to know to fully utilize its capabilities. To get started, click on Performance Management, then on Skills. Skills are the foundation of the entire performance management suite and act as a basic indicator for all of our users' acquired skills and overall performance in individual areas of training. Click Set Skill Levels in the upper right to customize the different skill levels that users can achieve. These levels will be used in several different areas of performance management, including skills themselves, as well as in performance reviews, where the skill levels will be used by reviewers to state how each user is appraised. To add a skill, click on the New Skill button. Give a name and add an optional description. If you want to specify what is required for each skill level in a particular skill, click on the rubric button to expand the fields. When you're done, click Create Skill. Once a skill has been created, you can edit its name and description, and view the point leaderboards and rubric. Clicking on the trash icon will delete the skill. You can add additional skills by repeating the previous steps. Once you finish creating your skills, navigate to Competencies. Competencies are extremely useful for tracking complex requirements that have multiple knowledge and training components that need to be met. For example, rather than tracking someone's performance across multiple different skills, a single competency can be used to see whether they have met all skill requirements. To create a competency, click the New Competency button. After giving it a name and an optional description, click on Edit Skills Required. You'll be shown a list of all the skills you've added. In the list, use the checkboxes to select the ones that should count towards this competency, then set the skill level required. A user will need to meet the required levels for all of the selected skills in order to earn the competency. Once finished, click on Create Competency to save your changes. Just like with skills, you can add additional competencies by repeating the previous steps. Now all that's left is to assign skills to your assessments, checklists, courses, and learning paths. We'll be using a course as an example, but the feature functions the same way for all of the other elements and will be found in the respective Settings tabs. After clicking on the course you want to add the skills to, click on Course Settings and scroll down until you see the Skills Acquired area. Click on the Manage Skills button. Here you'll be able to use the checkboxes to specify which skills are earned, as well as the number of points that will be awarded for each of them. Once you're finished, click on Save Skills. Next, we'll create your first job. Jobs act as another level above both skills and competencies and allow you to easily track how your learners are performing in their designated roles. Both skills and competencies feed into jobs and will allow you to quickly see which users are meeting or are below their job expectations. To create a job, click on Performance Management, then on Jobs. Click on Create New Job. After naming your job, use the Skills Required dropdown to specify which skills are required, along with the necessary skill level. You can also use the Competencies Required dropdown to specify which competencies are needed for the job. Both dropdowns allow you to select multiple items. Use the Add User Rules button to set up rules that will automatically assign the job to users who match the rules. Click on Add User Rule to create your first rule. Once you've created a rule, you can click on Add Filter to add an additional rule. You can add as many rules as you need. At the bottom, select whether any or all filters must be met in order for the users to be assigned to the job. Once done, click Confirm. Click Save when you're done. Finally, click Create Job to add the job to your SkyPrep platform. Clicking on the name of a job in the list will take you to the Overview page. On this page, you'll see an overview of which skills and competencies are required, a list of users who are assigned the job, and whether they are below or meeting expectations, as well as any performance reviews which include the job as one of its components. Now we can take a look at creating performance reviews. Performance reviews tie everything together and allow users to appraise the skills of others or themselves all directly within the platform. To get started, click on Performance Management, then on Performance Reviews. Click on Create Performance Review to create your first one. Give your performance review a name and description, and next, use the Based On a dropdown to select which skills, competencies, and/or jobs the performance review will be based on. These will be graded using the skill levels you created, along with text comments. The text you entered will be the appraisal area title. Click Next once you're done. On this page, use the Add User Rules under Employees to determine who will be appraised using the performance review. The Reviewers toggles determine who will be doing the appraisals. For both peer and manager, you will need to add rules to determine who the reviewers are. Use the same steps as before to add your rule. The Preview Users button will show you a list of users who match the rules. Once you're done with the rules, click on Save. Now, click Next to move to the next section. Set the start date. This will be the first date that a performance review is available for completion. The due date specifies how many days a user has to complete the performance review. You can use a due date reminder to automatically send reminder emails for incomplete performance reviews. The field is comma separated, so entering 3, 5 will send emails 5 and 3 days prior to the due date. Finally, set how frequently the performance review should be run. You can choose between a one-time review with not recurring, or you can choose annually, semi-annually, quarterly, and manual, with manual allowing you to specify the frequency in either days, months, or years. Click Next once finished. On the next page, you can automatically have users enrolled into courses if they do not meet expectations that are required from their job. The expected levels are the levels you specified in jobs during the creation process. You can also add recommended courses that will always be shown regardless of their appraisal outcome. Click Next once finished and confirm that all these settings are correct, then click on Create Performance Review. Once your performance reviews are live, you and your users will be able to start grading them, assuming the start date has passed. To complete a performance review, click on the pending performance review number, then on the number in the list of available performance reviews. Click on the user you wish to appraise. Choose the skill levels you believe the user has reached, and enter any comments if necessary. You can use the Save Progress button to save your progress without submitting the appraisal, or submit it using the Submit button. Once performance reviews start coming in, you'll likely want to track how your users are performing. This page will list all of your users and their current statuses based on assigned jobs. To view more information about a user, click on their name. You'll be taken to their dashboard where you can see their overview. At the top, you'll find the number of skills and competencies acquired, as well as the number of performance reviews they've had done, along with the resulting statuses. Below, you'll find the history of the skills they've earned, including timestamps showing if and when their skill levels changed. Beside that, you'll find the skills map that overlays their current skill levels on top of the required skill levels to give quick, at-a-glance information of whether they are meeting or falling short of expectations. Below, you'll see a chart that shows their skills earned over time, beside a chart that shows training they completed that counts towards skill levels. Beneath the charts, there are two lists that show competencies and statuses, and their performance reviews and related statuses. Finally, at the very bottom, there will be a section that shows their recommended courses based on their appraised skills, with buttons to recommend or enroll the user. If you have any questions about using the SkyPrep Perform feature, contact your account manager or use the blue button in the bottom corner of your screen to send us a message.